Hey everyone, welcome back to the Native Speakers channel. I'm Johnny, and I'm so glad you're here with us today. We've got an efficient episode lined up for you, something that literally everyone deals with at some point. Today we're talking about the truth about returning items to stores, what they don't tell you. And joining me as always is my good friend Sarah. Sarah, how's it going?
Hey, Johnny. Hey, everyone. I'm doing great, and I am so excited about this topic because, honestly, I think we've all had frustrating experiences with returns at some point, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? Most people don't realize that there are so many insider secrets and things that stores just don't advertise about their return policies. So today, we're going to spill all the tea, as they say.
Yes, let's dive right in because I have so many stories and tips to share.
Okay, so Sarah, let me start with the basics. What's the first thing people should know about returning items to stores?
Great question. The number one thing, and I cannot stress this enough, is that you should always check the return policy before you buy something. Don't wait until you need to return it. Every store has different rules, and some are way more generous than others.
That's such good advice. I've learned that the hard way. I once bought a pair of shoes from a store, and when I tried to return them a week later because they didn't fit right, I found out they only accepted returns within 48 hours.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And here's something most people don't know. Stores are not legally required to accept returns in most cases. Unless the item is defective or was misrepresented, returns are actually just a courtesy that stores offer.
Wait, really? So they could technically have a no returns policy?
Exactly. Now, most stores don't do that because it would be bad for business, but yes, they could. That's why it's so important to understand each store's specific policy. Some stores, like Nordstrom and Costco, are famous for their generous return policies, while other stores are much stricter.
So what are some of the common return policy variations that people should watch out for?
Okay, so let me break this down. First, you have the time limit. Some stores give you 30 days, some give you 60 days, and some, like LL Bean, used to have lifetime returns, though they've changed that now. Then you have stores like Target that give you different return windows depending on whether you're a regular customer or a red card holder.
Interesting. What about receipts? Do you always need the original receipt?
This is where it gets tricky. Here's the truth. While stores prefer that you have your receipt, many of them can actually look up your purchase without it, especially if you used a credit card or a loyalty card. But here's the catch. They usually won't tell you this up front.
No way! So what should someone do if they've lost their receipt?
Don't panic. First, check if you have the purchase in your email if you bought it online. Second, if you used a credit or debit card, bring that card with you. Many stores can look up the transaction. Third, if you're a member of their rewards program, they can often find your purchase history that way. And finally, if all else fails, ask politely if they can do a no receipt return. Many stores will still give you store credit for the current selling price of the item.
That's really good to know. But I've heard that some stores track returns. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. And this is something that stores definitely don't advertise. There are companies like the Retail Equation that track your returns across multiple stores. If you return too many items, you can actually get flagged or even banned from making returns for a period of time.
Seriously? That sounds kind of scary.
It does, but it's actually to prevent return fraud, which is a huge problem for retailers. People who buy things, use them, and then return them, what's called wardrobing, cost stores billions of dollars every year. So the tracking system helps stores identify patterns of abuse.
Okay, so what's considered too many returns?
That's the thing. Nobody knows exactly. The formula is secret. But generally, if you're a normal shopper who occasionally returns something that doesn't work out, you'll be fine. It's the people who are returning things constantly or returning high-value items frequently who get flagged.
Got it. So what about the condition of items? Can you return something you've used?
This varies a lot by store and by product type. Here's what most stores won't tell you. For clothing, they usually expect it to be unworn with tags attached. But, and this is important, if you wore something once and discovered it was defective or uncomfortable, many stores will still take it back, especially if you explain the situation clearly and politely.
So your attitude matters when you're making a return?
Oh my gosh, yes, this is huge. As someone who worked retail for years, I can tell you that how you approach the return makes a massive difference. If you're polite, understanding, and explain your situation clearly, employees are much more likely to help you, even if it means bending the rules a little.
Can you give us an example of what not to do?
Sure. Don't walk up to the counter demanding a refund and acting like the employee personally wronged you. Don't lie about why you're returning something. We can usually tell. And definitely don't bring back items that are clearly heavily used and claim they're like new. Respect goes a long way.
What about open products? I always wonder about things like electronics or beauty products.
Another great question. Here's the insider scoop. Electronics often have restocking fees, which can be 10 to 15% of the purchase price. Stores don't always mention this up front. With beauty products, most drugstores and beauty stores will accept returns even if opened, but they destroy the product for hygiene reasons. Some stores like Sephora have really generous return policies, 60 days even on used products, because they want you to be able to try things.
That's really generous. What about online purchases? Are those different from in-store purchases?
Yes and no. Here's what's interesting. Legally, online purchases actually have more protection than in-store purchases in many places. Some countries and states have cooling-off periods for online purchases, giving you the right to return things within a certain time frame for any reason.
I did not know that.
Most people don't. But here's what they also don't tell you. While many retailers offer free returns for online purchases, you need to read the fine print. Some make you pay for return shipping. Others give you a prepaid label but then deduct the shipping cost from your refund. And some only offer free returns if you return to a physical store location.
So it's not always as free as it seems?
Exactly. And here's another online return secret. If you return too many online purchases, some retailers will actually close your account or ban you from shopping with them. Amazon is famous for this. They don't tell you exactly what the threshold is, but they're definitely tracking it.
Wow, that's intense. What about returning gifts? That's always an awkward situation.
Oh, gift returns are their own special category. Here's what you need to know. If someone bought you a gift and you have the gift receipt, you can usually exchange it or get store credit for the amount paid. But here's the tricky part. Without any receipt or proof of purchase, you'll only get the current selling price as store credit, which might be way less if the item is on sale now.
So the person who gave you the gift might have paid full price, but you only got the sale price.
Exactly. That's why gift receipts are so valuable. And here's a pro tip. During the holidays, most stores extend their return windows for gift purchases. So something bought in November might be returnable until January or even February. But you have to ask about this. They don't always advertise it clearly.
These are such good tips. What about final sale items? Is there ever any wiggle room there?
Ah, final sale. So officially, a final sale means no returns or exchanges. But here's what stores don't tell you. If the item is defective, you can still return it in many cases. Your consumer rights don't go away just because something was on clearance. If you bought a final sale shirt and the seam rips the first time you wear it, that's defective, and you have grounds for a return or exchange.
That's really important for people to know. What should someone do if a store refuses a legitimate return?
Great question. First, stay calm and polite. Ask to speak to a manager. Sometimes floor employees don't have the authority to make exceptions, but managers do. If that doesn't work, check if the store has a corporate customer service line. Many issues get resolved at that level. And finally, if you paid with a credit card, you can dispute the charge with your credit card company, though that should be a last resort.
What about the actual process of making a return? Any tips to make it smoother?
Yes, come prepared. Bring your receipt or order confirmation, bring the credit card you used for the purchase if you have it, bring your ID if it's a no receipt return, and make sure the item is in its original packaging if possible. Also, know the store's policy before you go. You can usually find it on their website. This shows you've done your homework and makes the process faster.
What's the best time to make a return? Does timing matter?
It absolutely does. Avoid weekends and holidays when stores are busiest. The middle of the week, especially mid-morning or early afternoon, is ideal. Employees are less stressed, lines are shorter, and they have more time to help you if there's any issue with your return. Also, returning something right after you bought it is always easier than waiting weeks.
That makes sense.
What about store credit versus refunds? What should people know about that?
Okay, this is important. Some stores will push store credit to you instead of a refund to your original payment method. Here's the truth. If you have your receipt and you're within the return window, you're usually entitled to get your money back the way you paid. Don't let them pressure you into store credit unless that's what you want. However, without a receipt, store credit is often the only option, and honestly, it's better than nothing.
Are there certain types of items that are harder to return?
Yes, mattresses are surprisingly complex. Many companies have trial periods but require you to try the mattress for a minimum number of nights before returning. Swimwear often can't be returned if the hygiene sticker is removed. Personalized or custom items are usually final sale, and intimate apparel has strict return policies for obvious hygiene reasons. Oh, and seasonal items like Halloween costumes or Christmas decorations often have very short return windows.
What about returning items bought on sale? Is that treated differently?
It depends on the store. Most major retailers treat sale items the same as regular priced items for returns, but some boutiques or smaller stores have stricter policies on sale items. The key is asking before you buy. And here's a secret. Even if sale items are supposedly final, if there's a defect, you still have rights.
Let's talk about something controversial, the ethics of returns. Where's the line between reasonable returns and taking advantage?
This is such an important conversation. Look, I think returning something that doesn't fit, doesn't work, or isn't what you expected is totally reasonable. Even if you just changed your mind, that's fine. That's what return policies are for. But wearing a dress to an event and then returning it, or using a tool for a project and returning it, or buying a TV for a big game and returning it afterwards, that's not okay. That's theft, essentially.
I agree. It hurts stores and ultimately leads to higher prices for everyone.
Exactly, and it makes stores create stricter return policies, which hurts honest customers. So my advice is be honest about why you're returning something, don't abuse the system, and remember that the employees processing your return are just doing their jobs.
What about environmental considerations? Returns have an impact, right?
Huge impact. Many returned items can't be resold and end up in landfills. This is especially true for online returns. Some estimates say that billions of pounds of returned products end up in landfills each year. So before making a purchase, especially online, really think about whether you need it and whether it's likely to work for you. Read reviews, check measurements, and do your research.
That's a really important point. What are some of your top tips for avoiding returns in the first place?
Great question to wrap up on. First, know your measurements and compare them to size charts. Don't just guess. Second, read reviews thoroughly, especially the negative ones. Third, if you're unsure about something expensive, see if you can view it in a store first. Fourth, ask questions before buying. Customer service is there to help. And fifth, keep your expectations realistic, especially with super cheap items.
Those are fantastic tips. Any final words of wisdom about returns?
Just remember that return policies exist to protect both you and the store. Use them when you need to, but don't abuse them. Be kind to retail workers. They're not the ones who make the policies. Keep your receipts and packaging when possible, and always read the return policy before making a major purchase. A little preparation goes a long way.
Sarah, this has been incredibly informative. I think our viewers learned a lot today.
I hope so. Returns don't have to be stressful if you know how the system works.
Absolutely. And to everyone watching, thank you so much for joining us today on the Native Speakers channel. If you found this helpful, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment below telling us about your most memorable return experience, good or bad. We love hearing your stories.
Yes, please share, and let us know what other practical topics you'd like us to cover. We're here to help you learn English while learning useful life skills.
That's right. Until next time, everyone, happy shopping, and may all your returns be hassle-free.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.